Hi there. I've just come back from an amazing sewing retreat that I went on up in Lancaster, and it's the first one that I've ever been on. So now I've come back home, I started to wonder, is it really good value for money and what else is out there? So if you're interested in looking into sewing retreats, I've got 5 of them that I've had a little nosy at, and we're going to compare them and see whether they are really good value for money. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. Yes, you heard me right, I've just come back from the most amazing sewing retreat. Oh, absolutely, to die for. But I hadn't compared it to any others. There was a very good reason for that. It was specifically for embroidery machine sewers, so it was a little bit niche. But now I'm home, I thought, I wonder how it compares to other sewing retreats and what is out there. So I've chosen 5 that are a little bit different, each of them, and some include accommodation and some don't. So let's have a look and crunch those numbers and see whether there are any bargains out there to be had, because sewing can be quite a lonely hobby, and sewing retreats are a brilliant way to meet up with like-minded people and have a few days away to talk about nothing but sewing without them getting bored and getting that glazy eye look where they've switched off and they're not even listening to you. Yes, it happens to us all. So let's have a look at the 5 retreats that I'm quite interested in exploring a little bit further. I'm not saying I'm going on them all, but I'd quite like to. So the first one is a place that I've been to before, and it takes place at Sew Different Patterns in Halifax, Yorkshire. It's run by Laura from Sew Different Patterns and Tara, who works with Laura, and they do a 3-day dedicated sewing retreat. So what is included in their retreat? You get the dedicated sewing studio with Benina sewing machines. So for this retreat, you don't need to take any equipment with you, just your projects that you want to sew up. They include a fabric shopping trip to a local fabric shop where there is a discount for any fabrics that you buy on the day. You can choose any one of the Sew Different pattern collection, and there are a lot of them to choose from, so you're bound to find one that you want to sew up. You get lunch each day, so you get lunch on the Friday, the Saturday and the Sunday. You don't get your evening meals in this one, and there is no accommodation included. However, there is a very, very nice travel lodge on the same mill complex as Sew Different Patterns, just a 2-minute walk away from the studio, and it's good value. So how much is this? It's a Friday to Sunday and it's £385. So if you think you've got your evening meals to pay on top, say that's going to cost you another £100, so we're up to £485, and maybe another £100 for the travel lodge. So £585, about the £600 mark with your accommodation and your evening meals. So that is the first one. The second one is someone I've never heard of. I've just googled these sewing retreats. Some of them I've heard of and I know, and I will tell you, some I don't. So this one is by Claire Tiley Creative Sewing Retreats, and it's in Devon. So it's a long, long way from me up in Lancashire. But I've tried to find some in different locations around the country, so hopefully there'll be one for everybody. It's a 3-day course again, You get buffet lunch. You can hire, you need to take your own sewing machine with you to this one, but you can hire a machine for £15 a day. It includes 2 nights accommodation, but your dinner is not included in the price. Now, the Claire Tyler Creative Sewing Retreats are £650, and that, as I've already said, includes your 2 nights accommodation, breakfast and lunch. So you've got your evening meals to add on to this one. So if we say £100, so that's £750. So a little bit more than the So Different ones. The prices will be coming down here so you can keep a tally, by the way. So that was choice number 2. Number 3 is in Scotland, and it's the Leah Halliday Creative Escapes. So with this one, you get 2 nights accommodation. All your food is included in the price. You get tutor-led workshops, and it comes in around the £500 mark. So that one seems quite good value to me. The 4th one is by somebody I know again, and it's My Handmade Wardrobe. Now, they do a body block sewing retreat where you go and you make your own bespoke body block so that you can use it to alter patterns in the future. So it's in Warwickshire at a place called Bosworth Hall. It's their pattern making retreat. So you get your pattern block and calico, all the equipment you need to draft your pattern block, and overlockers are provided. But you do need to bring your own sewing machine, although you can hire machines for £50 a day. Lunch is included, but accommodation and evening meals are extra. So that one is a fully tutor-led sewing retreat, and it's £495. Now, on top of that, you've got your accommodation, and your evening meals, so you can add between £200 to £400 onto that, can't you? But we'll say 200 will be fair. So that's coming in at £695. Not bad. So last but not least is the retreat that I went on last weekend. It is bespoke for embroidery machine enthusiasts, and it's at the Lancaster House Hotel in Lancaster, going up towards the Lake District. Now, this retreat is £515. So what's included in the retreat? You get 2 nights accommodation at the Lancaster House Hotel. You get all your meals, breakfast, lunch, and a 2-course hot lunch and a 3-course evening meal included in the price. All your refreshments and pastries about 11 o'clock and again at 3. So lots of food included in this one. So you get 3 full days of sewing, as you do with all of them, in a room with like-minded sewers. It's not a tutor-led course, but there are lots of knowledge in the room. And indeed, Christine and Julie, who organised the course, organised the retreat, are very knowledgeable ladies. Now, this retreat is done non-for-profit, so all the money that's made on it pays for the retreat or gets ploughed back into it. And I loved it. So food for thought there. There are a few different ones, and one of them might catch your fancy. Let me know if you've been to any of them and whether you would recommend me trying any of them. I know there are a lot more out there, but I've just tried to choose 5 that are different from each other and compare the prices of them all. So some of them are a little bit more expensive than others. Some include accommodation and some don't. So you need to look at things like that when you're deciding which one's right for you. So at the end of my sewing retreat, I managed to collar Christine and Julie, who run it, and ask them for a little inside information, how the retreats run, why they run it, and when the next one's going to be. So if you're interested, that's going to come up now, and I will see you all again on Monday for more sewing shenanigans. Take care, everybody. Bye. Hi guys, I'm here with Julie and Christine, who are the organisers of the sewing retreat or embroidery retreat. And I'm just going to have a little chat with them, and then they can tell us all the background info, because just showing you the room doesn't give you a real feel for what we've been doing this weekend. So guys, what made you start to do the embroidery retreat rather than a normal sewing retreat?
Right. Well, first off, we love machine embroidery. We're all machine embroidery adults. I went to my first machine embroidery retreat about 4 years ago now, and I came away from it absolutely buzzing. I was on a high for days.
Yeah. So did you meet? Where did you meet? Did you meet at an embroidery?
We met at an embroidery group.
Yes.
And then she, just shortly after we met, she went on this retreat and said, "Oh, it was amazing. Why don't you come next year?" So the following year, I went with her. And then we came back, and quite honestly, I said to her, "I think we could do this." And that's where we started. So the retreat that you've just been with us on is actually at our fourth. And we've just booked up solid for next March.
I know, it's amazing. Everybody who's been here this time has booked on for March. Me as well. It is such good value. I really appreciated it. These ladies are amazing. They were there at the entrance, and I've told them before that being at the entrance and meeting everybody was such a big thing for me, because they actually thought that I was a bit full of myself, I think, but I'm not. As a real person, I'm fairly quiet, aren't I, Julie?
Actually, yes.
We try to look after our newbies. We give them extra special attention.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me.
No,
it's not. No, because we had five.
We had five newbies
five
this
new
time.
people this time,
which is fantastic.
which is amazing. So yeah, it's we've had a great 3 days, haven't we?
Oh, it's been amazing.
It's exhausting as well, isn't it?
Hotel's
Exhausting.
fabulous.
Shattered. I'm going to sleep for a week when I get home, I think.
We all do.
And talk and laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
And
just
eat.
big.
A lot of eating.
Let's not mention the food, girls, and the cakes. Oh, yes. But I've had an amazing time.
Good, I'm so pleased.
And we've been having a chat, and we're thinking of doing a
Yes, we
sewing
are.
one, aren't we?
It's very
we
embryonic stages, but we're looking at a sewing retreat.
Keep your fingers and toes crossed.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, possibly in June. We would keep this venue, which is the amazing Lancaster House Hotel, which is just near junction 33 of the M6. So we would keep this. It would be in a very similar format to our embroidery retreats, where people can come as a day delegate, or they can come on a full residential package, which is what you've done this time. So yes, we're going to have a chat. Well, Christine's going to have a chat with English Lakes Hotels.
We'll try and sort something out with the hotel.
And we'll see if we can get it off the ground.
We have been approached by several people at our embroidery retreat asking us to run a sewing dressmaking retreat.
Because we are both dressmakers, obviously.
We are actually more dressmakers than machine embroiderers. We love both, but dressmaking is actually more our thing. Indeed, we make all our own clothes.
Like Christine.
Yes.
I'm here in Miss Scruff, so look at these glamour pussies.
But it's spent the whole weekend going, "Oh, I like that, what's that?" And it's not where's it from, it's what is it. You go, it's the Pattern Emporium, spill the tea, or it's whatever.
No,
So
I've got to make
Is it?
I've got the pattern. Yes,
There's that and the
amazing.
lyrical. They're both
Yeah.
nice. They're both nice.
Lovely patterns.
Yeah. I've not got the Spill the Tea. I think Steph's got the lyrical.
No, it's
so,
fabulous.
but snaffle that one off.
You had the
first.
lyrical on last night.
I had the
did,
lyrical on last
It was
night.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
been like a fashion show.
I've made 3 lyrics.
Christine's been like a fashion show as well. It has to.
We have.
Jeans and a t-shirt.
I've got to tell you something. Those Maison Faux Hussard
The Hussard
jeans
jeans.
are
These are them.
absolutely, when you see them in the flesh, the detail on them, the fit is bob. They're beautiful. I'm going to buy the pattern and have a go. And I'm not really. I thought my jeans days were
Jeans
over.
day, but they're not jeans though. Are
they're
they?
not.
They're high-end jeans, really.
They're stunning. And she had a pair on yesterday, and do you know? I knew she'd made them herself because she bent over on her back.
Oh, that side.
She had embroidery, and I shouted over, Christine, your bum pockets.
It's not every day someone says that to you.
But it looked absolutely fab. And somebody else said to her, did you have to take the pockets off? And Christine went, no, I made them.
Yeah,
Very
so we've had a
entertaining.
fabulous time.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah.
Do they need to join the Lancaster Stitchers group to find out about the sewing one? Or
We've not really discussed that yet. I mean, we did actually call ourselves the Lancaster Stitchers rather than the Lancaster Embroidery.
Because we always
To
thought that
encompass
maybe we
all
would do some.
kinds of
You always
stitching.
fancied doing a cross stitch
I
retreat.
fancy doing a cross stitch. What
So-
I would add about the potential or hopefully future dressmaking again is I make a lot of big 4 patterns just in case anybody's put off like PDFs.
right.
So Julie's a big PDF
I
fan.
make lots of
I'm a
indie
big
patterns.
4 fan. So
Yeah, we're a bit like Jack Spratt and his
Yeah.
wife. aren't
And
we?
they don't
switch
have to be
between-
garment makers,
No,
do they?
No.
If
No.
you're using your sewing machine,
Yeah,
that's fine. If you're a quilter,
yeah.
come and quilt for the weekend.
Yeah, we're also quilters. We're machine embroiderers, dressmakers, quilters. We just do everything.
So knowledgeable.
Just
It's
like
true.
sewing. But yeah, we will probably have to restrict numbers to 14. We take maximum of 28 on embroidery.
Yeah.
We're going to have another look at the room, but we think we might need a bit more space.
Yes.
You're getting 20 in that.
Well,
Oh, look at this. 20.
everybody needs a big table, you see, a big enough table to hold the fabric, lay patterns out, all that.
Well, you just
Couple.
have spare tables dotted around them to do that. Everybody doesn't need that space dedicated to them.
This is all part.
It's a look.
What
We
we've got
need to
to
think.
find out.
I'm
Yeah,
interfering now. They need
No,
to
no,
think about it.
You're not interfering.
No, it's
You're giving
feedback.
us
We need it.
pointers to
Yes,
think
it's
about.
good. It's good
So,
because
Yeah.
although in lots of respects it will be the same in terms of the format, menu, etc., by the nature of the beast, by the fact we're dressmaking as opposed to machine embroidery, it's going to be different.
Yes.
So we just need to
Yeah.
look at the logistics of
We
that.
will need space because when I dressmake, the overlocker and the cover stitch are all part of that.
Yes.
So people who wish to bring 3 machines or 2 machines, if you've got combis, will
Yeah,
need
not-
space for that, you see, as well as the
Yeah,
fabric
yeah.
and all the stuff.
I
that
still
goes
think 14s.
Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't go to a dressmaking retreat without taking my own.
No, I would.
So,
Yeah.
so straight away, that's
14,
2 big
15.
machines.
Yeah, I think 14.
Yeah.
Anyway, watch this space.
We're
Yes.
chatting away here.
Christine is going to promote it for us, so
Yeah.
she'll let you know.
I will let you know on my channel
Yeah.
how and when and where you can book it.
And we'll give some thought to the
Yes.
Facebook group. But I
We
think we'll probably stay the same. If you're interested in machine embroidery,
Yes.
you want to look at our Facebook group.
Yeah.
Where you can find us very easy, and it's called Lancaster Stitches.
And I'll
Lancaster
pop the link in the
Sewing
details.
Weekenders,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
pop the link for the Facebook group in the deets below,
Yeah.
so you can join the group. You don't have to attend.
No.
You
No.
can just join and have a look and see how you feel. But
Something
these
like
events get booked up, girls.
Very quick.
So
The event in March was booked up in half an hour, something crazy.
Yeah. So we've 3 spaces
Yeah.
left, which I
and that's for next March. So it's in
Yeah.
6 months' time.
And there's even 4 girls
5
are angling for September
to book
26th.
pre-book for September.
they?
Yeah.
So it's mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's great. It's fantastic.
Well, have had an
Yeah.
amazing time. So thank you both ever
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for
This
coming,
thing,
Christine.
these ladies are amazing. They do it not for profit.
No, we
and
don't
that's
make
why the
any money.
prices aren't ridiculously eye-watering, but equally that's why it gets booked up. So join the Lancaster Stitchers group and keep your eyes peeled. They advertise all the events in there.
Yes, we do.
Don't think about it, just book it because it is brilliant.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Time.
So it's Christine, Christine and Julie. Bye.
Bye.